Hello everyone. When you're debugging a complex solution in Visual Studio, things can get hard real fast. You create a lot of breakpoints, you create some conditional breakpoints as well, and you need to find a way to manage all of them at the same time, and that is complex. However, there is a feature that's called breakpoint groups that makes this much easier in Visual Studio, and I will show you how to do that. As an example, I have here Uno platform and I want to debug how buttons work in relation to the window size. So I've set up quite a few breakpoints there, like button base, button, window breakpoints, window implementation breakpoints, a lot of them. And now it seems that whatever I do, I always hit something. So now I hovered over a button and I hit pointer moved, and I hover over another one, accidentally I hit another one, and I resize the window, I hit a breakpoint. So there's a lot of breakpoints. So what I could do is to disable them by Control F9 and just temporarily disable specific ones, but that gets quite complicated quite fast, and I want to do something better. So instead, what I can do, I can press Control D, Control B, and go to the breakpoints window in Visual Studio, which is shown here. This one contains a list of all the breakpoints that are currently set up in my solution. And as you can see, there is 6 of them, and I would like to have the ability to easily disable them. That's easy by selecting multiple and just checking the checkbox there, which will disable the button-specific ones, for example here. But to make the management even easier, I can set up breakpoint groups. So if I click here and select breakpoint group or press Ctrl G, I can create a named group that will contain a logical grouping of multiple different breakpoints. So in my case, I would do button because these are breakpoints related to a button. And I can even set up a condition to enable this whole group when a specific breakpoint is hit. For now, I keep it empty and I will create the group. So now this is a breakpoint group called button, and I can move whatever breakpoints are related to this group inside of it. So now if I move them, I create a logical group of breakpoints that are related to button. So I can immediately collapse them, keep them hidden, and I can also easily disable all of them by clicking the checkbox again next to the button group. So now all of them are enabled, now all of them are disabled. I can do the same thing for window breakpoints. So if I select those and select add to breakpoint group, I can do window, and this will create a second breakpoint group. So now I have 2 groups, one related to buttons, and one related to window. And the usage now is that I can, for example, decide that I'm currently just interested in the window-based breakpoint. So I can disable buttons. So whatever I do, I can hover over buttons, I can click them, nothing happens until I move the window when I finally hit a breakpoint. And now I may decide that I want to hit the breakpoints related to buttons, so I can switch the enabling, continue, and now moving the window, nothing happens. But if I hover over a button, I get the breakpoints related to a button. So this is great because this enables me to quite quickly decide which logical group of breakpoints is enabled or disabled, and makes my debugging session much easier to manage. You can even create groups of breakpoints. So I can create a group called all, and when I create it, I actually create it now in the window group. So let me move that away. I can create a group called all, and if I right click and remove it from breakpoint group, I can create it on the root level and then move the breakpoints, the breakpoint groups inside of this group. So I have now group of breakpoints, so I can immediately disable everything that's related to this specific debugging session. So if I wanted to debug something else right away, I can just disable them all at once and create a new group that's related to my new problem that I want to debug. And then I can come back and then continue with debugging of this specific all group that contains a lot of already pre-set up breakpoints. So as you have seen, breakpoint groups make it much easier to divide breakpoints into logical groups that you can enable or disable all at once, which will make your debugging session more light and more manageable. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel because I will be publishing many more of these videos, and I will see you in the next one. In the meantime, happy coding!